Thank you.
You should ask him the first question is, how do you pronounce his last name so I can... Because in our group, that was the toughest part of drafting him is saying his name because there's so many guys that are French and, they come in, they say it a certain way. So what is the exact pronunciation?
Want me to say it in French or
English? No, English.
Caleb Desnoyers. That's
Desnoyers.
Or Caleb Desnoyers in French. A bit harder, but if you guys want to try it.
We'll learn both. Caleb, welcome to Utah. Catherine Bogart, team reporter for Utah. When you're here, actually in person, what has this first couple of hours been like meeting people in person, seeing them, seeing the other prospects in this prospect pool with you?
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. I had the chance to be here a few days ago, but coming here with Max, meeting some new guys, it's awesome. Just the experience. Been here for an hour now, but I really love and enjoy my time here so far.
Hey, Caleb, Belle Fraser from the Salt Lake Tribune. You mentioned that you thought the organization liked you because you were a winner. What was the biggest thing you learned about winning and what it takes to make it to that point this season?
Oh, well, it's a mentality. And first thing my coach, Gardner McDougall, told me last year is that, one thing you can buy in the hockey world is experience. And obviously, so far in my young career, I had the chance to be a winner. So it's something that you bring with you and a mentality that you develop through some experience. So fortunate to have that chance so far.
Caleb, Cole Baggett with KSL Sports. Just curious, now that you're a Mammoth, what are your goals for this organization as a player?
Oh, well, obviously it will be to work on myself, as I said in some previous interviews, but I never put some limits on myself, so always try to reach the biggest goals, but obviously I'll have to make a plan with the whole staff, but it's mainly to enjoy the week here and have some fun and show who I am and not put pressure on myself.
Brogan Houston from the Deseret News. What's been the coolest part or the most surprising part of this whole week so far?
The mountains. Honestly, I was surprised people talk to me about it, but honestly, you feel like you're in a dome or something like that, a lot different than St. Hyacinthe, my hometown, where it's only farmers and 2 hockey rinks. So, no, love it here so far.
Caleb, can you describe just how competitive you are?
That desire to win, I'd say, is the thing that makes me so competitive. I hate losing, but it's mainly that I love winning so much and just always so hungry, never satisfied. And it's something that, I think if you want to improve and be the best player that you want and so competitive, it's something that you need, always starving.
Caleb, Matt Comer with NHL.com. Just now that the draft is over here, what have the conversations been like with your brother and your dad? Just any advice that they've given you now that you're making your journey here into the NHL?
Well, it's mainly to enjoy it, honestly. I had the chance to do 3 development camp, and it's to meet some new people and kind of get that pro experience, which is awesome, especially at a young age like that. But honestly, it's mainly just to enjoy the moment. I waited the whole season for the draft, and honestly, I can't believe it's already done. Like, saying bye to the whole family. Yes, I was like, wow, it's already over. So honestly, I'll just soak in the moment here and enjoy the beautiful city and the people here.
Sarah Merrifield with the Mammoth Broadcast. This is obviously only the second draft for this organization. What about making a mark on this organization so early in its history excites you about being a part of this franchise?
Oh, well, it's great. It's awesome. Anytime you can be in history and being in history easy like that is fun. But obviously, you always want to mark the places where you go. But obviously to being part of history of such a great organization and hearing a lot of good stuff about the places and the people here, it's really fun.
You had a long playoff run, obviously a lot of success. How are you physically feeling coming into Dev Camp?
Feeling great. Yeah, had a good rest after the long season and taking care of some low stuff that's going on with the body, but fully energized and can't wait to get on the ice. Haven't really been on the ice since the Mem Cup, so honestly, I'm missing my skates right now.
Bill, for you, having Caleb here, what's your expectations for him during this development camp and this summer?
Well, just to absorb it, it's a whirlwind for him. Someone asked the question of what's it like, and this is his dream. This is so most of the kids that come in here, and obviously him, they're so excited. They're just absorbing everything, and to come around and get to know some of the trainers, our staff, and kind of really dig into what it's going to take to make the NHL. He'll learn that at Dev Camp, and then I think there's a bit of bonding with his teammates that he'll get in here, and we call it the brotherhood, and it starts from the get-go. Him and Smitty are already tight from Moncton, and it's only going to get tighter because of the fact that now we're going to play together in our organization at some point. So it's really about just absorbing as much information you can and really soaking it in and to become an NHL player. It's as I say to the kids all the time, it's the hardest thing they'll ever do in their life is play in the National Hockey League.
Following up on that, the culture, we hear about it from the Mammoth players and from you and from Chris Armstrong, but how do you teach that culture here at development camp in such a short period of time?
Yeah, we bring from Navy SEALs into our coach, to our development guys. It's really a big picture thinking of trying to get them to from their finances and to their how they're going to handle money for the first time in life and getting them off and going in the right way. That's number one. There's a fun component. It's almost like summer camp. It's a brotherhood that they go away and get to know each other. And when the people in the locker room to your left, your right, you'll fight harder. And so that's a big thing for us. That culture is born in deep by getting our players to love each other and fighting for the same thing. And they've got a great opportunity. It's an incredible opportunity to come in here and, drive this organization into winning a Stanley Cup. It's never happened before. So they've got a big goal ahead of them, and we're going to help them realize that and see if we can get them pushing in the right area and going in the right direction.
Caleb, looking back over your career, 3 gold medals with Team Canada over the span of 9 months, and then obviously a championship in the queue. What is it about your game that allows you to kind of elevate it when it matters most?
As I talked a bit earlier, it's mainly the desire to win, to always be hungry, and it's as I said, you bring that experience through the other experience that you get, and Bill talked about love and everything like that, and it's something that you bring leadership and mentality and kind of bring that culture, even though you don't build a culture with one player, but it's some stuff that you can bring and show with some other players. So it's really to, as I said, love the words that Bill used, brotherhood and love, that you bring that somewhere, and it's something that helps you so much. That big believer that the tightest team off the ice will win their championship. So yeah, that's kind of the experience and things I learned through these gold medals so far.
Now that you're eligible to play in the NCAA, is that a consideration, or are you just going to go straight back to the queue?
Oh, it could be a consideration, honestly. As Bill said, I'll see what it takes to make the NHL. But for me, my goal right now is to surprise everyone and make the team next year. And I know I'm the first person to realize how tough and hard it's gonna be. But I'm the first person also that's willing to do everything that it will take. But obviously after that, I'm a big person that trusts the people around him. So agents, family, and with the organization here, we'll take the best decision that I'll have to take after.
It's nice to have another Caleb here. My name is Caleb Turner with KSL.com. What are some things that you enjoy doing off the ice? Any hobbies? Any interests?
Fishing. Big fisherman. Love fishing. Back home, both my grandfathers love fishing, so kind of got that from them, and also enjoy golfing. But my mom's better than me, so I kind of tried to get away from golf. Really love fishing.
Well, you're in a great spot for both those things, so welcome to Utah.
Thank you.
Hi, Caleb, back here in the dark. Andrea Urban with Fox 13. Similar to kind of what Caleb just asked you, but what's something that makes you without giving us all your secrets? But is there something that you've applied to the way you do things in your daily life, or that's gotten you this far? What's something that you take pride in that has made you the guy you are today standing in front of us?
Great question. I'd say enthusiasm is a big part of it. love and loyalty are stuff that, values that since day one my parents kind of gave that to me and my two brothers. It's something important to, yes, be a good hockey player, but also a good person, and I feel that it's something that also helps me to reach the next level and to be someone that people appreciate being around in the daily life.
For Bill, I know it's Steph Camp, but also free agency's opening. Just as a GM, where is your brain at when, this week is kind of the most busy?
Well, we have to absorb a lot. It goes on to the next. That's the thing. And when you're doing my job, it's one day it's the draft, the day before it's preparing for the draft, and next day it's free agency. So this is a busy time for us, just planning ahead. And we've, I like what we see in the possibilities to get some free agents. I think we've been, as we did last year, made some trades. Obviously we needed some scoring, and Paterka was available. The year before we did Marino and Dursey at the draft. So a lot of times it keeps us away. We get really great players along with the same age range as our core, instead of getting 37-year-olds and having to sign them for 7 years. So we've been able to do that. A lot of our work's been done ahead of time, but we'll look for some complementary guys that can come in there and help and drive our club. And there's always this time of year a lot of big press. Everybody says we're in on this player, and that don't believe everything you read. All right.
Bill, just adding to that, does the fact that the cap's going up affect anything, just as a general manager, just how you would operate in free agency?
Everybody thinks they're going to get paid because the cap went up. Everybody's got high expectations, but the truth of it is that for us, it's we have to plan ahead. If we go out and spend all our money this summer, we're not going to have any left for the next summer. And you have to think about our team. And I've said this 700 times, but I'll say it again. Cooley, Gunthers of the world that are in there, we can't make them any older. If you look at the guys that are winning championships, Matthew Tkachuk and all those guys, they're 27, 28, 29 years old. They're in their prime of their career. A lot of our core that we depend on for the power plays and the big moments in the game, they're so young. They still have to grow. And we want to make sure that we find players in free agency that make us a better team, that help us get into the playoffs, but they don't stop us from being great when we need to be, and that's 5 years down the road. So
is there a particular role that you're looking to fill with free agency?
Well, yeah, right, we've identified the scoring, so there'll be a goaltender and obviously some depth on the D and a little bit depth up front.
Caleb, every hockey player has a nickname. I'm just curious, what do you go by?
Desi.
One more for Bill. How available is Tisha Ginla going to be this Steph Camp in terms of health?
Yeah, I just saw him out there, so he'll participate in a lot of the drills. Obviously, he'll wear a different color jersey, probably the non-contact drills. He'll stay away from it, but he'll be out there. He's really excited about being here. I just saw the smile. I think he was more excited about Desi beside me about. Now he's got a centerman to move him the puck, so he'll be buying Desi coffees in the morning just to make sure that he owes him a little favor with the puck. So, we'll see. He'll move slowly, but get going. But good to see him, and he is back on the ice, so all good things.
Being teammates with someone, Gabe Smith, and now also being a part of the same organization, what has he told you about Utah? What's that relationship like between the two of you?
Oh, we're brothers. Honestly, we had a great season, and we're really tight back in Moncton, and everything that he's told me about his experience here, he's loved it so far, and throughout the whole season, start of the year, we were kind of talking like, oh, we might be together. Then after that, knowing that Utah had a great season, and maybe we had less chances knowing where I was listed, but once we saw the lottery, he's the first person that called me, and he was so happy knowing that could have some big chances to be here. So honestly, just so happy to have him and be here with him.
Bill, I couldn't let you get away with asking a follow-up on what you said. You said you're looking for a depth goalie. Does that mean that Connor Ingram is not going to come back next year, or that he's uncertain or something like that?
That's just speculation. We, as a GM, you just have to make sure there's depth, whether it's goaltending or it's on defense or it's forwards. We have to make sure there's depth. So we'll explore looking for depth, and it's just speculation. He's in the program. I hear through roundabout that he's doing really well. We're really excited for him. But just building depth.
Question for either of you: do you plan on being a full participant at camp this week?
I don't know. I got here an hour ago, so I'll see. I'll see with the medical staff and just everyone. But yeah, I'll see. No idea.
Bill, just for Cole Baudouin's just development and stuff, he was a big part of training camp last season. What have you seen from him through his year up in Barrie, and then just what are your expectations for him this weekend?
Well, he had a great year. He ended up making the World Junior, which is a goal for all the kids that are drafted. Especially if you're high. He played. He had a great season. His team went against Oshawa. I think they lost out in the semifinals. He was a big reason they got that far. He's a horse of a kid. You never have to tell him to work harder. That's in his DNA. So we're really excited to see the steps that he's made. And he'll come in. He thinks a lot like Caleb does. He's coming here to make the team. And we can plan for certain things, but we're never going to steal kids' dreams. We want them to go home in the summer and think, hey, coming in swinging, I'm going to try and make that team. And he did that last year, played extremely well, and he's going to come in again, bigger, stronger, faster, and push the pace for us. So let's see. You never know.